Okay. Hello, it's me again, and I'm trying to. We're still in Nauvoo, and this is an area with monticulos, with mounds, little mounds. Um, and this one is special because they had like a copy of the serpent mound, like a smaller size serpent mound thing. So what that means is the people here knew about serpent mound that is in Ohio, and they tried to copy it for ceremonial purposes. Along these hills, we find a series of mounds that are burial mounds. We don't know really what civilization or group of natives what this was, but some of the scientists might argue they could be Adena or Hopewell, um, but we don't know for sure. But this area here was saved. A lot of these um, mounds next to the river have been destroyed by construction of houses. They're housing because it's very expensive to buy a house overlooking the Mississippi River, as we can see there. And this area has been protected by a group of people here, and I just want to show you a little bit of it. And a lot of the mysteries about the Native Americans that live in this land before the Europeans came. In other segments, I talk about the Mormons, and I talk about how these people here were also run away, killed, or excised out of this land. Okay, well, thank you much. We'll talk to you in some other section. Bye. Hello, I'm Gina Miranda again, and I'm doing this tour while I'm going to the East Coast, and I decided to stop at this place. I want to make sure that you understand that I'm not a Mormon person. I'm not from that faith, but for me, it's important for people to understand what happened here. This is the place of the base of the Mormon faith. It's called Nauvoo, and this town is in the town called Nauvoo in the Mississippi River. We are here in the house. There was the house of the mother of Joseph Smith. There was the founder and creator of the Mormon faith. He wrote the book and whatever he did. The importance of this thing is because I wanted to show how humans are with their feelings. When the Europeans arrived in this land, they treated the natives very badly. They discriminated against it. They destroyed their villages. They did a lot of horrible things to them. And this river was inhabited by a lot of tribes, a lot of groups that live here, and they are all got killed, run away, the lands taken away, and horrible things. It was a Holocaust against the Native Americans. So, and then we have the 1840s. Joseph Smith, which is white, is European, created this faith, which is totally different than the Christians and the Catholics. And then they founded a town to follow this that the Christians call a cult. This is a belief. So around here, they built like a big village, a big town, where they were secluded from the rest of the other religions that were here. And they followed the thing. They had many wives. They were allowed to have that because if you follow the Bible allowed that. So and they created their own Bible anyway. But the thing is that these people were here living without hurting anybody. I mean, they were living their lives, and then in the 1940s, 1840s, Joseph Smith was massacred, killed by the mob of people, believers of the Catholics and evangelicals, because they opposed this new faith that was appearing here. And not happy when just that, they came to massacre the whole town here of Mormons that were in those 1840s. And they burn, they kill anybody, kids, doesn't matter. So this shows that this way of being from the Europeans is not only is so attached to them that they can do it even to their own people, because these were the same race that they are, but it doesn't matter. When they find something strange that doesn't look like their stuff, then they want to destroy it, and they don't have compassion. And that's what happened in the 1840s. And a lot of the people managed to escape this massacre by going to the river. The river was frozen at the time, for what the story tells. And the other side of the river, if you can see the other outline of Riviera of the river there, that used to be France. The U.S. was this side, and across the river was France, was a different country, because France has taken over that and claimed it to their own, even though we know all that it was all Native American. And they just decided to put labels, and they said, that's France now. So a lot of the people from here managed to walk across the river and be safe from the massacre from this side, from the U.S. into France. So that's why they repopulated it to that side of what is now Iowa and Missouri, and the Mormons kind of grew there. But eventually the U.S. took that part too. And the French were not too eager to accept the Mormons. So, a lot of the people might think that the cradle of the Mormons is Utah, but it was right here. So these people have to migrate, trying to escape the discrimination against them. And they have to cross the border again. So they cross into what it was called in those days Mexico. So they got a political asylum in Mexico, and the Utah was part of Mexico. So all that part was belonged to Mexico, and that's how the Mormons managed to survive, by crossing the border and living into Mexico now, and they settled there. The Mexican government gave them papers, they gave them allowed to live there, and that's what the Utah, all the tabernacle and everything was founded, because they were allowed by the Mexicans. So I just wanted to illustrate part of the history of this country and the hatred that exists even between the same race for things that are different to themselves. So, okay, I'll continue talking about the rest of the Mayan philosophy and everything in other classes. Thank you much.